Hey, how's it going? Welcome back. Okay, finally today we're going to do this. It's been a while since I started talking about this simple beer kit. So this isn't going to be hard to do. It's going to be very easy. But first, I have to talk about this. Happy Homebrew Weekly, by the way. And let's talk about this cider. 17%. Back in grade 5, I went to a school called Eastmount here in my city. And so what are you, in grade 5, you're 12 or 11 or whatever. So one of my classmates, whose name was Brian, you know, we obviously went to school together. Didn't talk for many, many, many years until actually quite recently, where he, I guess, found me on YouTube and realized it was the same guy. So he contacted me. He still lives around here. And we've been sort of in contact ever since. It's funny seeing people after so many years and meeting up with them again. And it's a pretty small world, too. I guess he was interested in home brewing, and he went on and, well, the rest is history. So he brought me this apple cider that he made. Now, the recipe for this I'm going to publish below this video, but I don't know when because I've got to get some more details off of him before I do that. Apparently the idea came from Steve 45CA. And then something about another fellow, Siku, I think it was. Anyway, a couple of YouTubers, a couple of our brewing friends. So this, 17%, no less. Let's give this a try before we get into this. Thanks, Brian. This is awesome. I actually already drank one of these on my cast the other night, so it's not going to be a big surprise. They're not carbonated, but it doesn't need to be. These are, the one I drank during my cast was delicious. Let's give this a whirl, shall we? I don't want to drink too much of it because it's still early and I don't want to, you know, there. Look at how clear that is. Look at that. Let me see if I can get I just want to put the lid on that so it doesn't spill. Get a not a magnifier, but a light. This is a dual purpose thing here. Can you guys see that? Yeah. Yeah, that's very nice. Very nice looking. Brown sugar. Again, I'll talk about the recipe, or I'll get it for you. Whoops. I'll turn that on just yet. And we'll put it down below when I get it. Or next week, I'll talk about it. And we'll get this recipe for you once I know all the details. In the meantime, let's get into this. Cheers. 17%. It's absolutely delicious, you know. I've done it before where I've just taken some apple juice, threw in some sugar, put some yeast in it and let it ferment. And it turns out okay. It's a little bitter. It's kind of weird tasting. It's good. It works. This is something you could serve at a dinner or to friends when they come over and visit. This is fantastic. It has definitely a maple sort of flavor to it because he used brown sugar. So it's got a bit of a spiciness to it. Definitely the apple is in there, but it's more like it kind of reminds me of maple syrup, just not as sweet. Maple syrup and alcohol, because you can taste the alcohol. It's got, you know, quite a bite to it, and it's got just the right amount of spiciness. It's a beautiful drink. So you got apple, brown sugar, got your alcohol content in there. It's a very nice beverage. Excellent, excellent stuff. I will make this. And he did something else too, which I didn't want to talk about today. I'll maybe bring this out next week. He took some of that and, well, let's just say he accidentally froze it and sort of tried to unthaw it a little too quickly. Ended up with a slightly stronger beverage than you have here. I don't know the legality of it. I really don't understand why it would be illegal to freeze a bottle of wine, and because you're in a hurry, you accidentally think, oh no, the next day oh no, I left a bottle of wine in the freezer. Hurry up, go out, get it out of the freezer, and it's half frozen. Well, because some of it won't freeze because it's alcohol. so it won't freeze at freezer temperatures. So you try pouring yourself a glass, and what comes out? Mostly alcohol, not a lot of water, because the water is frozen. Then you end up with, I think, what's called, well, if it's done with apple juice, you call it Applejack. If it's done with wine, I guess you could call it sherry. Anyway, it's freeze distillation, or probably more accurately known as freeze condensation or freeze condensing. And all it is you're separating the water from the alcohol and ending up with a stronger drink. Again, I don't know the laws behind this, but perhaps it was done by accident. So we won't tell anybody. Okay, but this is not done that way. This is just normal fermentation. He must have used, I know the yeast he used, I will put that in a note down below here. I think I know what it looks like, and I've seen it before. Anyway, delicious. Cheers. I love it. I love this. Brian, man, and whoever else was involved in making this happen, the original recipe. He said Steve 45CA. I haven't seen him in a while. Where's he gone? All right, let's get this going. I quickly read the instructions on the back here. Basically, from what I can see, what they want me to do is you cut this open, you get the instructions out of it. It's in a separate pouch. And you basically pour the liquid malt extract into your fermenter, and then you add, water and sugar. That's it. And then yeast. And I think there's a hop package in here too that you add sometime later. I'm going to do it slightly different because it's the way I do it, and I just feel comfortable with that. I'm going to take 700 grams of dextrose. They call for a kilogram. I'm going to take 700 of that, and I'm going to add some dry malt extract. Okay, so dextrose, dry malt extract, 5 and 7, 5, 7, okay? And I'm going to make it that way. That way we get a little bit more body and flavor to the beer. I would do it the standard way, the way they say it, but I'm going to just do this, okay? As a experienced extract brewer, I think we can do that. So let's open this up and see what we've got inside. There's a line here. Okay. Come on. These scissors, I've been complaining about them for years. There we go. Okay, so yes, as you can see, we have two compartments, one with the extract in it, and the other with the instructions, which I will proceed to pull out. There's instructions, there's a thing with stuff in it. Is that all that's in there? We've got some yeast in there. I don't want to get sticky. Yeast, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little bit of water in this pot, and I'm going to put the dextrose and the dry malt extract in there. I'm going to heat this up a little bit in some water, a sink full of water, and then I'm basically just going to add it all to the fermenter and, do it that way. That's kind of the way you do it. I will read these, okay? So I'll get all that set up and I'll be right back. Eyes closed, hands tied behind back, cinch, it's a cinch, okay? So I've got some water here, let's get this on, but first what I usually do when I do it this way, before I turn on the water, is I add this stuff, this dry malt. Boy, those scissors are definitely gonna go. Okay, yes. So let's put that in there. This is, I don't even know why I'm doing this on camera, this is silly. So simple. But you can make good beer this way. What the heck? Okay, so that goes in. Grab this thing over here. And now we can turn it on. And I stir that before I put the sugar in to get all the lumps out. I know you guys can't see this. It's all right, it's just wort. Some of the other brewing videos I've got coming up, I'll use two cameras, but this is, here we go. Okay, so 5 and 7. You saw it live. Well, it's not live, but you know what I mean. Okay. There. Now, it says what it says to do. Here's what the instructions tell you to do. Obviously, you sanitize everything. Put that stuff in some warm water to get it so it pours out easier. And then pour that into your fermenter. Then it says to add 3 liters of boiled water and a kilogram of dextrose. And then top it up with cold water. Add the yeast. Ferment it for 7 days, at which point you will add this dry hop addition. 3 more days and then bottle. That's it. Okay, so I'm just doing it slightly different. I'm dissolving the dextrose and the dry malt in the hot water. I don't need to boil this though. I'm just going to get it so that it's, you know, I get it up to about 170 degrees Fahrenheit and it pasteurizes and it's fine. That's never had a problem with it. Been doing that for years with this style of brewing. So that's that. And now I just have to wait for that. Comes with its own yeast. I will use this. I don't want to deviate too far from the original ingredients in the original recipe or whatever, because I do want to see how this stuff tastes, so that if you wanted to try it, right, you could get some and try it. But I'm just adding the dry malt extract because the last time I did Kit and Kilo, my hair was up to here. So yeah, it's a long time ago. So we're just going to do it this way and have one more sip of this stuff here. It's already getting to me. Cheers. That is fantastic. You need to make this. I will make sure that this recipe gets onto here or onto the next week's video or somewhere so that this can be made by lots of people because it's delicious. Man, you can do this at home for cheap. Do you have any idea how expensive alcohol is here? I've talked about this many times. The cheapest bottle of wine, probably around $10. Whoops, probably around $10. That scared me actually. Jeez. You know, to be able to make this stuff, this, you know, 23 liters or 20 liters or however much he made, you're looking at, for a 750 milliliter bottle of this, I'm just saying ballpark, $2, maybe less. Okay, so, you know, it's simple and it's every bit as good as a store-bought bottle of some sort of apple wine. It's delicious. It's very good. You know, back when I was in grade 5, me and Brian were in the classroom together. Did I have a clue that when I'm 52 years old, he's going to bring me a bottle of homemade hard apple cider? 41 years later? Yes. Interesting. Small world. You never know what's going to happen. Getting going. I'm just going to leave that for another few minutes, and in the meantime, I've got my fermenter here, which I will sanitize. If I can find, there is sanitizer, Star San. Cloudy as all hell, doesn't matter. Works like a charm, never had a problem with cloudy Star San. Don't need to go out and buy distilled water. Cleaned this bucket the other day, so it's clean. The pH of Star San has to be it's 3 or lower. Well, I use these strips, pH strips, and I dip them in. I've got 2 of them here. I'll do both. What the hell? Dip them in, just wave them around for a couple seconds. And when you pull them out, you'll see the very top color, the top one here, is purple. And that tells me that the pH for this Star San is perfect. There's a little index thing on the package. You match it up with that. Nothing wrong with the Star San at all. Don't care if it's cloudy or not. The stuff is, it's not that expensive, but why waste it if you can reuse it? And people worry about the cloudiness of it. Don't worry about the cloudiness of it. It's fine. Works great. If you worry about that, well, Go get some distilled water. It'll look great, but it'll still work the same. Okay? So we put the lid on this. Grab something to stop the... We're gonna have to get a fermenter lock here. Just put that on there like that. I think I'm due for a live YouTube soon. Live broadcast on YouTube. These fermenters do get a little bit discolored. Bleach helps, a little bit of quarter cup of bleach mixed with hot water. I also use OxyClean pretty religiously. It's not that expensive, readily available in grocery stores, and it works. Works to clean glasses, and it works to clean fermenters. Sit that over there. We'll just pour that down into here. That's all set. Grab one of these. Get that involved with the star sand. No excuse for not making your own beer. I don't care how small of a box you live in, it can be done. Okay, this, I'm gonna call this good. It doesn't need to be boiled at all. I mean, you could. I generally don't worry too much about boiling it, because I'm gonna be adding, you know, cold water out of the tap anyway, which isn't boiled. It's not boiled either, so, you know, nothing is going to live, nothing of any concern is going to live in this pot of hot water. So let's stop that, and I will see if I can make some room here. I like you guys to be able to see what I'm doing. So I'll put this thing up here. I feel like I'm teaching kindergarten. Seriously, this is too easy. Let's make it a little bit more difficult. Boy. Okay, here we go. Carefully. There we are. So that's that. Now we'll grab our contents of the liquid malt. It doesn't say to, but I'm going to rinse this out with some hot water. I do that with the Cooper's cans as well. Someone once said to me that this stuff would make really nice barbecue sauce. I bet you it would. Okay. All right, yeah, I'll just put some hot water in there. Excuse my back. There's a lot of people still that contact me and tell me, wow, I would never have gotten started home brewing if I didn't have the ability to do it simply. So it's the key, really. I mean, there's lots of people on YouTube doing all grain and stuff, and that's fine. There's a place for every method of brewing. I've said that a million times. So this here now goes over there, which you can't see over here very well because I don't have a cameraman. And all I'm going to do is add cold water to this and the yeast. Okay, so I'll pick this video up in a minute when I'm done. This here, I've got my hand on this. This is wine. This is ready to be bottled. It used to be up to here. I have sampled some of it. Hey, you know, you gotta check the gravity and stuff. I mean, once you're dipping a siphoning thing in, well, you may as well taste it as well. It actually tastes damn good. This is ready to be bottled, and we'll be trying some of this next week on Homebrew Weekly. Okay, fresh out of the bottle. In the meantime, I want to finish this video off wasn't going to do this week, but thought I'd get myself into a little bit of trouble here. This is this, but somebody accidentally left it in the freezer. Tried to drink it a little too early before it was completely thawed out. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? So I would imagine this is probably upward around 35% alcohol. Made in your own home without a distiller. Okay. Okay. So I thought I would. Oh, God. All right. No spill. Whoops. Oh, jeez. I haven't even had my dinner yet. Okay. Beautiful stuff. Brian, I'll pay him to make this for me. That's what I'll do. He told me he took... I'll have to talk to him first before I explain the procedure, because I don't know. Okay. Let's give this a whirl. I tried this on my cast as well. This was my birthday cast last Friday night, Saturday morning, and I got kind of drunk, I think. Oh, well, birthdays, you know. Oh boy. Life is good. Aw, this is really, really nice. Nice to sip on. Certainly wouldn't want to drink an entire glass of that because it's strong. Anyone got a lighter? I could set this to light. Good stuff. I want to quickly address something before I go. Got a couple of comments over the last couple of years, and I've seen things posted on different places, and I have to come clean about this. People say, "Well, Craig, he's an alcoholic. He's obviously got a problem." Blah blah blah. Look, I drink when I make videos. Okay, it doesn't mean I drink all day long every single day. Now, obviously, if I'm doing a homebrew video or a video that's homebrew related, I will have a beer or glass of wine or whatever. Sometimes if I'm doing a video on my vinyl channel, I'll have a glass of wine just to sit back and relax while I talk about vinyl records. I have other people, I have family members, I have friends who also partake in some of my home brew. So, I haven't fermented anything in about a week and a half, so I thought it was high time I did something. But, really, it's not fair for people to make comments about, somebody being an alcoholic or having a problem with drinking or whatever, if you're not here 24/7 to see actually how much I actually do or don't drink. I'm not getting any younger. I do have to watch my liver, and I don't want to die anytime soon. I'm having a great life, and I want to continue to. So, just to come clean about that, anybody who wonders about it or has seen a comment like that, I'm careful. I generally don't get drunk, except for last Friday with my birthday. But, and I'm careful. And certainly, as you can tell right now, I'm pretty sober, except for what I've just had to drink now. So just saying, okay? I just don't think it's fair for people to accuse me of being a drunk or an alcoholic when really they don't know my life and what I do around here on a daily basis. Just thought I'd say that, put that out there, okay? As I pick up my shot glass full of 35% apple cider. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys and gals. Got lots of females watching this too and joining my broadcasts on Friday nights. 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, vonlive.tv/CraigTube. It's live, tunes, chat room, talk, beautiful fun, beautiful people as well. TGTshirts.com for the t-shirts, obviously. I've said that before, I'll say it again. These help me. These shirts are part of the reason why I'm still doing this, okay? So it helps out. And thanks to everybody who has contributed and sent things in, including you, Brian. We'll see you again soon. Take care, guys. Be safe. 17.